What's up, everybody? It's Steve. I'm back again. Just going to show you a couple of things that I've been picking up over the last year that I haven't been showing on video, and actually a couple new recent additions to my collection, and then a couple of these stacks or cards in that stack. So let's see what we've got.
Can't stop addicted to the shindig. Chopped up, it says I'm gonna win big. Choose not to like of imitation. Respect us into the reservation. Defunct the blister that you pay for. Dispump the feeling that you stay for. In time I won't.
Okay, so first off, I thought I'd show a couple of these cards. I showed this on Instagram, so if you follow me there, you've seen these already. I showed all of them. I just thought I'd show a handful. So I used to collect a lot of sports cards, non-sports cards, wacky packages, everything when I was a kid. If it was a sticker or a card, I collected it. And this is one set I remember in 1980 collecting in its entirety, and then all the stickers as well. And I put all the stickers all over my notebook for my Trapper Keeper for school that year. But this is a set called Creature Feature. It's by Topps from 1980. Just a bunch of Universal monsters with some slogans like you might see in the Monsters to Laugh With series from Marvel and stuff like that. And I saw these online. It was like 20 bucks, I think, and I had to have them again. I'm getting back into this kind of stuff. So I might be showing some more things. I've got the Complete Alien one I bought about a year ago now. But I might show some of that other stuff as I get it and collect it again. So I'm kind of branching out in my collecting, but doing things that I did from my youth. So I just thought I'd show a couple of these real quick. Like maybe the main monsters. There are a couple cards of each one of them in the set, and they all have, you know, kind of a funny slogan to them. So here's a series I've been collecting. We're trying to finish up. This is Marvel Presents Guardians of the Galaxy number 10. And let me get that glare off of there, turn a little sideways, get a better view of it. Paid $4 for that one. This is a nice copy of Marvel Premiere. I'm still working on that run. I'm basically working on any run from the Bronze Age, so a couple I've completed, but this is Marvel Premiere featuring Man-Wolf number 45. Great cover, and kind of like his origin story in there. And earlier this year for my birthday, or actually at the beginning of the year, I purchased Fantastic Four 48 because Galactus is one of my all-time favorite characters back there. One with Doctor Doom and some others, but there is a cheaper way, and I really discovered it within the past year, but I should have known this. If you can't afford the originals, you know, there's always facsimiles that are cheap, but this is a cool way to collect them too. I got into and I purchased the entire Galactus Silver Surfer storyline for Marvel's Greatest Comics, which just reprints the Fantastic Four stories. So that one I think is number 49. I said I got a 48 this year. I'm at 49, sorry. But yeah, that one I believe is the reprint for 49. So 35 is the reprint of 48, and 37 should be 50. So you get 48, 49, 50, just the Silver Surfer Galactus run in there. And this one was a pretty nice copy. It cost me 10 bucks. It's probably mid-grade, but I did pay 10 bucks for that. And I did end up collecting the entire 3 this past year. So I like that because I can go back and read the stories. And I have 49 and 50 now, but I don't have 48. Probably never have that one. But it's a cool way, and still a cheaper way, that you can have those. They've got different covers, obviously, and they got the complete story. So I think it's cool. This next book I picked up out of the comic book store because I saw it on Night Tiger's channel, and there was a letter in here written by a girl who didn't really get along with her dad. He was a Vietnam vet, and she could never understand him. And in the letter pages in the back, it talks about how she started reading this comic and actually had a better relationship with her dad after she saw some of the things that probably happened in Vietnam that he was a part of and stuff. So it was a really cool letter. It was a cool story as well. I never read the Nam, and I love history and things like that. I know comics don't really talk about history very much. You know, it's kind of like just things happening at the time that they were made. But I don't know, I might go back and try and collect this series and read it. Vietnam, like they say, is, you know, the war that nobody talks about. And maybe, you know, with all the passing of the World War II era veterans, Korea and Vietnam will become more forefront in people's minds, and maybe we'll start getting more stories and I don't know, movies and things about that. But I think that would be cool to read this series, so I may start collecting this. Here's another Marvel premiere. This is number 33. I can't remember if this is the first Mark of Cain, but if not, it's pretty close. I think I have all the Mark of Cain issues now. This is Marvel Tales starring Spider-Man number 102. I have really, in the past year, enjoyed collecting Marvel Tales and reading some of these old stories that I just don't have copies of the original. And this was a great one with Man-Wolf. There was another one that I read with Frankenstein and Man-Wolf and some like Nazi scientist that had escaped the war captured Spider-Man, and he was trying to make like the ultimate monster out of all three of them that he could control and take over the world. That was a great story. This one is Marvel Tales starring Spider-Man number 98. Turning Point, great story, great issue. And these are also ways, you know, if you want to read classic stories and you're either not into the facsimiles or whatever, and you want to have something a little older, you know, a little bit more nostalgic, these were all reprints of Spider-Man stories. So, I mean, this one was $5, and these are great storylines. So you can always go back and buy those. I've been really getting into the reprint Bronze Age stuff lately, and enjoying reading comics that way again. So, here's a couple horror issues that I picked up from the Bronze Age. These are all, I think they're all DC. This is The Witching Hour number 62 with just a great cover. I like how his head is there, forming like the ground and everything. That is amazing. And then here's The Witching Hour number 57 with a great death riding on a black horse through the sky. And this one's just got a really fun cover, at least to me. This is The Witching Hour number 45. And I like what it says, something sinister about Uncle Harry. Well, gee, I wonder what the hell is sinister about Uncle Harry. He's a freaking demon! Yeah, there's something wrong with Uncle Harry. Here's another series I like collecting. This is Weird War Tales number 56. Kind of like oh, who's the guy that rides around with a pumpkin head and throws his head at you? Almost like that, but but on a skeleton on a motorcycle. That's great. And another Weird War Tales issue. This is number 28. I picked all these up from a store where Eric Breen works at. So I think he said, or he's mentioned a couple times, he does the prices on these. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. Here's House of Secrets number 121. And here is House of Mystery number 202. This is one of my favorite out of the bunch that I got. Little Demon Baby right there. Look at that. That was $8. Nice copy. Nice Bronze Age issue. And look at that little demon turd. Nobody wants to mess with him, I'll tell you that. Next two are more modern type books. So that is a great cover. I've got a couple copies of that. $3. I think that's a really good price to have multiple issues of that. Here's a book I picked up a couple months ago when I was on a trip, picking my son up from camp at Civil Air Patrol up between Cleveland and Akron. This is something from probably my early teen childhood. This is Star Comics Fraggle Rock #1. I gave $15 for that. I thought it was a little expensive. I think 10 is probably a better price for this, but it was the only thing I bought from the store. It was a cool store. They had a lot of cool stuff, but I thought a lot of it was overpriced. So I did like this, and it was in, I like this holder that it's in, and I kept the receipt just so that I could have it for memories and stuff. But I like the holder that it's in, the top loader. Just kind of cool that it's black, and you know, I just like it. Here's another book that I picked up from a different store on that trip. This is actually a book and record set. I don't think I've shown this yet, but I got this for $10, and it's not in too bad a condition, and it does have the record in this. This is one of the power records. This is The Amazing Spider-Man power record number 10 with the Man-Wolf in it. Look at that, man. I think that's still in great condition and no scratches on the record or anything. This has to be my favorite Spider-Man cover of all time. Man, this is some of the best Spider-Man artwork I've ever seen. It's a John Romita cover. This is the Spectacular Spider-Man #2 from 1968 with Spidey and the Green Goblin on that. Look at that painted cover. That has to be the most amazing Spider-Man cover that I have ever laid eyes on, and this is definitely my favorite Spider-Man cover of all time. Again, it's a John Romita painted cover, Spectacular Spider-Man #2 from 1968. I got 3 more books to show. These are all magazine sized. Actually, 2 of them are not books. I got them the same day I purchased this, and it was just part of the collection that they had put out. I thought this was really cool. They had a lot of issues of this. This is a like a pulp, like a mystery pulp, but it's magazine sized. This is from 1911. This is Old Sleuth Weekly number 145, and the cover says "The King of the Tenderloin." And I like the way this guy kind of looks like the old style Cobra from G.I. Joe. And he's got all his gang members sitting around. Maybe these are the leaders of the gang. But this is a pulp, and I bought this for the cover plus the age of it. I thought that having something from 1911, you know, before the First World War, this thing's old, and it's still in pretty decent condition. These last 2 things are not comics, but they are kind of comic related. At least the characters are. And I did show these on my Instagram. So if you've seen that, these are going to be repeats for you. These are toys. They have written on here the 1950s, but I believe these came out in the late 40s. I'm not 100% sure on that, but what I saw on here looked like, I think I found one copyright date on both of them, and they were like late 40s. This first one is the Sensational Action Toy, Captain Marvel Jr. and Ski Jump. And the front looks like a comic cover, but that's just the envelope that the pieces are in. And they graded this kind of like they would a comic, and they graded it at a 5. It is complete. Nothing has been punched out of it, but I don't see these ever at comic stores, so I thought that was really cool. I paid $19 for that. The other one I thought was really cool because I have never seen this toy. So this is Captain Marvel's Magic Eyes. And again, it says on here it's from the 50s, but I believe this to be from the late 40s, from a copyright thing that I found on the inside, like 48, 49 maybe. But they do have it's from the 50s on there. I paid $19 for that. This is complete and everything looks brand new. And they graded this, like I said, like a comic, and they gave it a grade of 7. And man, this thing is really cool. I've never seen this one. I haven't bothered to go on eBay and look this one up. I have seen this one on eBay before when I've been looking for Fawcett books or Captain Marvel Jr. or whatever, but I've never come across that one yet. So anyway, that's all I got. I thought I'd show a little bit of everything, try to show some pulp, I would consider these paper toys, some comics and some cards, just a little bit of everything that I collect now and always have collected. I mean, you can see by my setup, I got a bunch of stuff over here. I collect all kinds of things, but I mostly show comics and magazines. But anyway, let me know what you thought of what I got. Leave me a like, leave me a comment. What was your favorite thing on here? Anything interest you that I showed today? And do you have any of this stuff? So thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by.